A few days ago, we meditated on Psalm 1. We spoke about the counsel, the path, and the seat. The counsel of the ungodly, the path of sinners, and the seat of the scornful, that the psalm speaks right at the start, when it says, "Blessed is the man who walks not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor stands in the path of sinners, nor sits in the seat of the scornful." This first verse of the first psalm brings three groups of three things that teach us magnificent lessons. We already spoke about the counsel, the path, and the seat. If you haven't followed yet, you can check the previous messages and you will learn about it. Now, let's talk about other three in this verse that says to walk, to stand, and to sit. So the man who is blessed and happy does not walk in the counsel of the ungodly, nor stands in the path of sinners, nor sits in the seat of the scornful. So with this we see a progression of behaviors. To walk, to stand, and to sit has a change of behavior. To walk is movement, to stand is to stop, and to sit is to stay there. So we must understand what does this mean in the counsel that the divine wisdom is giving us about this behavior that brings unhappiness. Why is it important for you to bring these words to you? Because this Psalm 1 is the opening of every other psalm. It's the opening to the book of Psalms, because every other psalm deals with the ungodly and the godly, the one who lives indifferent to God and the one who lives serving, obeying God. So Psalm 1 is the beginning, the introduction of the book of Psalms. And it is important to pay attention to it because it begins with the word blessed, which means happy. So those who cannot be happy, it's because they don't follow this counsel. They must focus on this word. You who say, "I want to be happy, but I cannot. Why? I can never achieve what I want. I am always feeling empty. Life is never enough." Pay attention, because someone brings the answer to this question. Then, let's focus on this walking, standing, and sitting. The blessed man does not walk in the counsel of the ungodly. When we talk about walking, we're talking about movement. It is something that the person does without thinking about it. When you're walking on the street, in the house, whatever place, you're not thinking about your movements. You just do it without thinking. To walk in the counsel of the ungodly involves you doing what the ungodly say, preach, and share, even without noticing that you are doing it. You don't even realize it. How many, at this time of the year, they are preparing themselves with their Halloween costume because there will be a theme party in the company, at school, or some sort of celebration, and the person is prepared. They are motivated and excited about this day, putting on their best effort with their costume. Why? Because they don't even realize that they entered in the counsel of the ungodly. They are walking in the counsel of the ungodly and they don't realize it. They encapsulate the counsel of the ungodly in their daily lives. When you walk in the counsel of the ungodly, you do it without noticing. You don't even think about it. It's like walking. Let's go to the corner. You go You walk and you're not thinking one step after the other. No, you're just walking. You are doing what you did after you stopped crawling. So to walk in the counsel of the ungodly is to embody the counsel of these people who are not of God, who have no fear towards God, who live indifferent towards God with their lives. You embody their counsel and understand this. There's a progression. It is 3 groups of 3. Counsel, the path, and the sit. And there's also the walking, the standing, and the sitting, and the ungodly, the sinner, and the scornful. There's another progression with the ungodly, the sinner, and the scornful. Because the ungodly doesn't need to be someone who is killing, stealing, at gunpoint. They are in prison because they did something wrong? No. The ungodly doesn't have necessarily the face of an outlaw. They can look as a good person. This is the great danger with the counsel of the ungodly, because the ungodly, they firstly think that they are so good that they give advice. They think that they are so good about what they are doing, how they live life, that is so right that they give piece of advice. They are respected at times because they give counsel. So for you to walk in the counsel of the ungodly means for you to admire someone who has nothing to do with God, but you put their counsel above the Word of God. How many Christians today in the world have their gurus who are ungodly? An ungodly guru. They follow an ungodly guru, a wicked person. At times they say they don't believe in God, but they follow them. Follow in the sense of adopting their lifestyle, their way of thinking, and without realizing it, they are walking. They are bringing that to their lives. And they don't realize that little by little they start to get further from God, walking the same path of that ungodly person. So the walking, it's something that we do without noticing, is to bring the counsel of the ungodly, who do not look like bad people, to our lives. Let's go to the next level. To stand in the path of sinners. The level is higher here. The sinner is already known by doing what is wrong. They have a behavior that people know. That person does that and it's not good. But the person who is unwary, they stop to observe. To stand means what? Imagine you in the shopping center. You're walking there, looking at the shops, their windows. You're walking. You look at the clothes, the sales, what is happening around in the shopping center. Then suddenly you walk by a shop window and there's an item there that calls your attention. What do? You stop. You stop in front of that window and you start looking at it, which means you stand there. Why did you stop? Because something called your attention. You stopped to look, to observe. You stopped to ask about it, to investigate more about that. What was the price? What is the use of that? How would that dress look in me? How would those shoes look in me? You stopped to look. I'm not saying that that is a sin. I'm just giving an example. But it is the same with those who stand in the path of sinners. They look at the sinner and they start to consider. It's like that young woman who goes to university or school. And they were raised in a correct way, to not undermine themselves, to not give themselves to any person. And they look at the popular girls there. They look at the ones who are popular in school, and they see that those girls who are most desired, the attention is on them by the boys in school, those girls, they kiss everybody, they kiss men, women, they are with one and then another. Then that young woman who up until that moment was well behaved, who followed good principles of the family, they look at the other girl that follows no rules, and they think, they dress in a way that men are looking at them. So this girl already stood in the path of the sinner. They start to look at them because, before you purchasing something, you look at it. Before paying for it, you look at it, you investigate, you stop, you observe. And the same is with sin. So we must be careful with this stopping. Stopping to look at the sinner, to consider the life of the sinner. What does a sinner have to give to us? Then it comes the third and last step. Is the final nail in the coffin. Is to sit in the seat of the scornful. Then, to sit means to join them, to be part of their group, to be in agreement with them, to start to be one of them, to plan along with them the evil you are going to do, to think you are the best, and those who are not in that group, they are not good. Only those who are in the group are the good ones. Those who are outside, they are scorned. The good ones are the scornful. As people don't want to be scorned, so they join the seat of the scornful. Then they seal their destruction, their unhappiness. Then this warning comes to all of us. You're walking without noticing, bringing the counsel of the ungodly. You are stopping and standing to observe with some envy or curiosity in the life of the sinners. You are stopping there in the internet, watching things you shouldn't, or admiring the life of the sinner. Are you doing that? Or even worse, have you joined them? You're already in the seat. You're already with them. What is your condition? Wake up, dear friend, because this progression is the path to unhappiness. You don't notice at first. You only realize when the bomb explodes under your nose. And then it can be too late. That's why the word teaches us, it warns us. And those who have sense, they follow it. If today's video helped you and you know someone that could benefit from it, share it with them. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, you may do so now. See you later.